I trained one gentleman, 87 years old. He was really tiring for everything and then not very happy to do something because it's too tired. How can we be happy? I started with breathing, then we trying to add some movement. Then we starting small, just gyrotonic movement, spinal movement with the gyrotonic. And then it was really amazing. Finally, I just asked him, look back, your wife is behind of you. He said, I cannot. I see my wife.
Wow. She said like adults can do, kids can do. I think they have to do it.
Hello everybody. Welcome back to MVP Podcast. We're taking care of ourselves to be something simple and doable every day. In the past few episodes, we've been diving into different aspects of longevity and how our lifestyle would shape the way we age. Today, I'll be talking about something close to home but we might forget, which is movement. Because in longevity, movement is not just optional, it's essential. There's a phrase that I really love, it's movement is medicine. And today I have the liberty of inviting two very special guests on this podcast, which is Jess, Be Fit with Jess, I think everybody knows her, and Mei Han. So let's meet both of them, and could you kindly introduce yourself, Ka?
Sure. Sawadee ka, I'm Jess. I'm actually an international certified personal trainer and also a nutritionist, which is specialized on weight loss and also a wellness living and longevities as well.
Sawadee ka, everyone. My name is Soo Jung Han from Korea. My English name is Mei Han. I really love to study all the movements. So from the pilates, I've been studying and certified pilates, yoga, weight training, and then gyrotonic as well. And then this year I become pre-trainer to train instructors. And then wow, that really makes me to study even further something like nutrition and then also fat flour. And then that something really make us alive and then doing something more. And yeah, but through all my experience, what I found is for everyone, women, men, for all age, the most important thing is the core is spinal movement. So today I'm really honored to be here to talk about spinal movement for longevity of life, and then also very honored to be with Jess and then Max.
Me too. So
And
happy to be
then
here.
I am so sorry, please accept my apologize in advance. I'm very bad at English. And then my Thai is really bad.
And also like me, I'm a student of Mei. So I studied gyrotonics with her, and I'm also a certified yoga teacher. So today I think it's very interesting because we have 3D perspective, whether it be spine in like a lot of things, like wow. But let's say very specialized in movement and muscles and trainings, Jess, and then me, more of mind-body connection. So let's try to explore and dive in a little bit more into this. So first, Mei, one thing that I remember I had a session with you and you said, without spinal movement, there is no life. Why do you say that?
Let's just touch our spine on our body. Can you? And then let's do something simple thing. Can you breathe? Spine is moving. So if there is no spinal movement, there is no life, seriously. If you are not moving spine and then if you're really trying to breathe, it doesn't work. It's really hard and then it's not natural. So, well, spine is kind of still, we can see the structure is in center of our body and then it's connected to our head, brain. It is actually not only one column, but it is actually around 33 bones. Between each bones, there is a disc, and then it's connected to ligament and then muscles. And then that is really making big column inside of our body. Inside of spine, there is a spinal cord. And then inside of there is around 1 million nerves passing through and then spread to all our body, even our fingers and then even our toe. Through there, we can feel, we can move, we can controlling our body. So yeah, spine is really important, the functional is really important. We have very special thing on our muscle and ligament and then joint called proprioceptor. So this one, and then our brain through the nerve, they are giving and receiving signals. So through this one, we can aware how is my body is moving. So it's simply, if you close our eyes or inside of dark, still we can bring food to our mouths. Everybody can do it. Some people not that good, but this kind of awareness ability we call proprioception. But good thing is it can be well developed through the exercise. So if you do the steady exercise, if your proprioception is getting better and better, then our brain can maintain our well-balanced spine, and then which is connected to your nerve and then also muscles, and then centering our body at here. Then spine can be functionally stay healthy, and then also it can through the good flexibility, it can support all our life happily.
Okay. So is it safe to say that our spine is like the column, the pillars of the house? So without it, our house can just fall or collapse or be weak. So it has to be balanced. What do you think, Jess?
It's actually very true, and you said it like super perfectly already, because it's, you know, like it's the center of the body. It's a central nervous system. It's like all the nerves inside our spinal, right? And actually it sends signals to our body. So if you don't have a strong core, you're gonna have like muscle imbalances, you're gonna have a poor posture, you have to like strengthen your core to actually like be able to move freely without any injuries. So that's like super important. It's not just doing just some like abs workout or stuff like that, but actually it's like the center of the body that can make you move freely as well without injuries. Yeah, so how to say, strengthen the muscle around the core or around the spinal is actually super important, because if you think about it, just climbing upstairs, picking up stuff from the floor, you're already using your core a lot. Like even just walking in the streets, you use your core as well.
So I really like how we're actually exploring different aspects to have movement in the spine so we can move freely, but also we just like it take on like, you know, how our core body, like people working out and exercising, not just for six packs, but like for actually stability. And I think another aspect is also on like mind and body connection. So if we move, even though we have a strong core or like flexible spine, but our mind is wandering like places and, you know, we're not actually aware or here, I think it can also be, it is not a safe movement. So movement should also be aware.
Yes, you have to be aware of your body, like how you move and stuff. It's like what she said, like proprioceptive, right? So it's like you close your eyes, you can, you know, like put food in your mouth, but there is more than that. Like, for example, when you say about like six packs, but actually it's not just six packs. It's like people were just focusing on like having like the 11 lines or having beautiful abs, you know what I mean? But actually there is more to that, because inside our, like beneath the abs, there is the core muscle, which is like the transverse abdominis, the multifidus, which is actually the muscle alongside of the spinal, and also the pelvic floor. This is super important. When you have weak core, you can have pain in your back. That's what most of the people experience with office syndrome, or when they sit too much, they have muscle imbalances. For example, if you have weak core and tight hip flexors, because of sitting a lot, you're gonna have anterior pelvic tilt, like it's gonna tilt forward, and then the muscle that is tight, it's gonna be in pain. And the muscle that is weak, you're not using it too much already from sitting. So you have to strengthen the weakness muscle and stretch the tight muscle. So that's balance. If you have a weak core and you want to do other parts of the body, that won't be very good for you, because that's going to create muscle imbalances. Like a lot of people were just thinking of like, oh, how to lose my thighs or how to lose my flabby arms, but they have weak core. They don't start from there.
So let me ask you, if suppose, let me take myself as an example. So I was born with scoliosis and also with like my habits, as with other, I think a lot of people sitting in front of the office, is sitting in front of the computer for the whole day, many hours not moving, and maybe sitting cross-legged, and that by behavioral syndrome caused my spine to, some parts that should be curved is flat, some parts that should be arched is also flat. So if suppose this happens or somebody comes to both of you with this issue, how would you fix it, or how would you think that gyrotonics could help improve?
I think it's like the vertebral and the disc in between. So if it's flat, it pressed on the disc a lot, and that's why people have pain as well and have the herniated disc. And I think decompression the spine from movements like this, it's amazing, and people don't think about it because they just live their life as if it's normal, because I have to be straight, but actually it's not just straight. The spines consists of cervical, thoracic, and lumbar, the three parts. And if that's not aligned in the correct position, because it's not straight, right? It has to be curved. It's curved. That's how the disc is not pressed too much, so you don't have pain.
And then on top of our spine, we have head. And then most of our daily life, we're sitting down or standing up. We have to really resist against the gravity, and then have to lift up this around 4 kilograms of head efficiently. So that's why we have the curve on the spine. So efficiently resist the gravity. But if it is really straight without the curve, which is too straightened spine, then really the compression, and we really cannot against the gravity. There will be a lot of pressure between our spines.
Actually, Kume, can you explain a little bit? I think a lot of our friends don't know or have not heard about gyrotonics yet. Can you explain what gyrotonics is and why, all the machines? What's it used? And what's it used for?
Gyrotonic is really kind of very unique exercise method. The biggest difference is all the movements is not controlled. Of course, it is controlled, but controlled in fluid movement, circulating and then fluid and very seamless movement. So we cannot just separate our body, as you said before, everything connected to the core. And then this one, we really try to make a connection from entire of the body. So even though it is just our arm exercise, upper body exercise, or hamstring exercise, always entire to whole body, and then trying to make a really good connection. We really kind of opening all the body, and then trying to really mindfully live and move in our daily life. And then this one also we really trying to stimulate the nerve system, and then also expand the energy pass inside. So if you see the movement, it is different. It is different than weight training. Even with the yoga, Pilates, totally different. So usually the first 3 to 5 sessions, people really cannot understand what is it. It's so confusing sometimes because it keeps circling everywhere, never stops. So people feel that it's a little bit dizzy.
But actually I wanted to share something because I've been coming to Kume, and how you say that it's opening the nerves, the nervous system. I came one day, just felt really drained. And I think it was because of the compressed spine. And after the movement, I woke up. There's so much energy, and there was color to my face. Remember that?
Yeah, that was really dramatic. And then, I was really happy to see that.
So gyrotonics, is it something for rehab? Is it something for somebody who has problems, or is it just for normal people can come and do? Because I think it's kind of relatively new in Thailand.
This is actually everybody can do, but we, of course, the trainer can make the level of the exercise and movement depends on the people, but there is a really important concept. So we really try to elongate the spine, not from the core, but from your entire of the core. So we are kind of wrapping our hip all the time so that this power can straighten up your spine more.
Right.
Yeah. And then also we are spiraling. Spine movement is not 2D. It's always 3D. So we really trying to connect.
Like you rotate.
Yes.
So it's like Kundalini yoga, you know, it's like from the spine
could
to
be.
like similar. And you know, one thing that I really liked about like Gyrotonics is because of posture, I have like a forward neck like this. And in other types of rehab, you know, they try to push this back. And I really like the explanation that you said that trying to push this back is hard because it's 4 kilograms. So what she's trying to fix, or Gyrotonics is trying to fix, is from the waist and the hips, even from the sitting, the pose, right? ใช่ไหมคะ
ใช่ค่ะ So if we have body is all connected, super organic. So we cannot just do something on only one part. We really have really strong roots to straighten up by ourselves, and then every part all working together in good connection. That's the kind of method of Gyrotonic.
She said like adults can do, kids can do. I think they have to do it. Not just can. I mean, like, I feel like I have to do it too.
Please, always welcome.
Because Jess, you're also a very active person. I just heard you went hiking in Pakistan.
Yes. And it's actually I was so happy that my back is like not in pain anymore, because I was having pain in my QL for a while from pregnancy because my core is super weak. So when I work out, I don't brace my core. That's why the muscle on the side of my back, the two sides, the QL, is using too much. And my hip is tight from sitting or maybe breastfeeding or pumping or just like sitting on computer. And I think everyone has this, but I don't realize what it is. And that's actually from your weak core.
Okay, so let's get back to weak core in a bit. You used to exercise so much since forever. And you're saying you have a weak core?
I know, right? I know.
Okay.
And look at how much I lift, and I cannot even imagine like how come I have back pain.
Okay, so do you have any simple tips for someone who's like starting to work out or like now like kind of aware? Do I have a weak core? What are the signs, or what can a person do to strengthen their core without having to go through all these hard-ass workouts?
Yeah, I know what I mean. You have to start from this. People who want to start working out, they have to start from stabilities. Stabilities is super important. That's where you strengthen your core muscle. So you can start from yoga, you can start from pilates, and then you can step onto endurance. Endurance is like higher reps working out with the weights. You can use your body as well, like 15 to 20 times. And then you can move to muscle building.
Okay.
So muscle building is like 6 to 12 reps.
Okay.
That's actually grow your fast twitch muscle, which is your big muscle. It's not endurance muscle anymore. That's why you have to, grow the small muscle first. That's how you stabilize everything and not being in pain. Because a lot of time people were just thinking of like, okay, let's lose weight, let's do heavy lifts, let's build muscle. But they don't start from stabilities. That's why a lot of people have weak core, and that's my problem. When I just came out from pregnancy and it was twins, and my core is super weak, and I thought I'm strong because I've done heavy lifts before. I don't want to care about stabilities. It's so boring. So I go straight to like muscle building without realizing that I have such a weak core.
I see.
Yeah, and then you can go like step up to like strength and then power. That's another step. Not a lot of people doing it, but actually it's super important for people who is old. Yeah, because your hormones, it's less. Your abilities to build muscle is less. So I always encourage people or women who is more than 40 years old or even 35 to do strength and power, because that actually gives you a lot of growth for your muscle, which will be declined every single year. Like sarcopenia, you lose muscle when you're old, and like that's super important. But come back to stabilities. That's like a foundation, which people, they don't think about it like anymore. And also one of the things that I should mention as well, because it's super important, is mobilities. This helps a lot with mobilities as well because it moves your body 360 degrees, like all of the side, you know, like for example, our shoulder, if it gets stiff, because we don't move much. Like when would be the chance that we just lift our arms like this? Less, right? Unless we go travel and try to put the luggage on a hat racks or whatever. But we rarely use it because sometimes people that helps us around us, we should seek for less help, you know, and all the technologies as well.
It's true, and it's like to prevent from falling, you know, stability is important, of course, mobility, and you know, all these. And I've heard that you've worked a lot with more older people. Like, I think your oldest client is 80.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a year. I trained one gentleman, 87 years old.
Wow.
What transformations have you seen, like from spinal mobility?
The condition was not very nice. When I first met him, the first thing, he's 87, and then he was in hospital lying down 3 months. So for him, like controlling body was really tiring, and then somehow he lost some controlling for his one side.
Right.
So it was really tough at the beginning, and then he was really tiring for everything, and then not very happy to do something because it's too tired. How can we be happy? So yeah, and then I was trying to let him do pilates, I was trying to let him do gyrotonic, but nothing working because body was not stable. I started with breathing, trying to let him use diaphragm. So bring his breathing from upper side to really deeper of his lung, and then diaphragm starting to working. Then core is starting to building. Then we're trying to add some movement. Then that time I realized that he actually had hip joint replacement surgery like 10 years ago.
Oh,
So I'm like,
wow.
what should I do? I really didn't know what can I do for him. He never wear his socks by himself because he cannot bend. So everything was really tight. So we're starting small, just gyrotonic movement, spinal movement with the gyrotonic, and then it was really amazing. He realized that now he can wear his socks.
Oh my
It
God.
was really like he was like smiling a lot, and then finally I just asked him, look back, your wife is behind of you. He said, I cannot. I see my wife. Like this. It was really so many things, but since then he's starting to smiling a lot. So not only the body, but somehow his smile was like 9 years old child smile. It was really pure and so happy. So it's really kind of precious moment for me every time when I see those things, like small spinal movement and an exercise, stability that really changes people, even the mind, and they really bring happiness. Since then, he actually really wanna challenge himself. I think I can do, something like this, and then more confidence, and then more smile, and then more. Well, his body is 87, but his mind is 9.
That's nice.
So I think it was really, that was my really good experience. And then I really love to training the seniors, especially who really doesn't have confidence on their body. But actually, it's body and muscle we can develop. Well, everybody has different speed, but we can do, if we move, body is moving. But it should be mindful not to injury.
One of the things you mentioned, I really agree with, is about breathing. So we're talking about like mobility, stability, but another thing that I think movement should be like related to is also breathing, because a lot of times we forget to breathe, and you know, we only just breathe on the upper part, and that's also why it causes like a lot of tightness or, you know, compression, whether in like, you know, muscle or our joints. So I think movement is important, and if we could do it together with our breath and breathing deeply through our nose, we would just have like a really long, happy life.
Yeah. I think it's like just the society these days, they just want to have flat abs. So they don't use their stomach to breathe as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like even me, I just realized when I read this book and I was just like, I can't remember which one. I think it's the pregnancy, like athletic, stuff like that, like about fitness. And they're saying like, you don't use stomach to breathe anymore, but actually you have to breathe from stomach and then up to the diaphragm for it to open. And then when you breathe out, everything like release. And that's why people don't use their core. Because if you breathe correctly, you're gonna have a stabilized core like right away.
Actually, like when we start Pilates teacher training, like one of the most important thing is about just breathing. And as you said, the transverse abs, like on the sides, we actually could start to get that by just breathing. Like breathing correctly, like through our diaphragm. So another tip, if supposed to team, somebody wants like flat, nice abs, maybe we could just actually start from breathing, not just holding in our abs and like being so tight all the time. So I think one of the longevity equation that I got today is stability plus mobility plus muscle and breathing equals to resilience equals to longevity. Maybe we can find it's a very nice equation. So now we've actually been talking like about how we could build muscles and stability and spinal mobility. What about people in like we've heard in blue zones? They've lived to 100 years old and they don't really go to the gym, they don't lift weights. Do you think that people can actually achieve longevity without having to go through all the process on the machines? Is it possible? And if so, like how can they achieve?
Lifestyle was different.
Yeah, lifestyle was different. But apart from just movements, I think they have a like happy mindset as well. Like they're not stressed. If you see like in the blue zone, people are living away from like the city. And they live around the nature. They have to go up like with a lot of steps. They do gardening, they're bending, they are, But I think most important thing is also the purpose in life. And their mindset at things as well. There are not a lot of competitions around them. Gardening is not like doing business, you know what I mean? It's not that stress. It's just like gardening, you wake up, you see your plants growing. Oh, I'm harvesting it today, or I'm gonna be able to eat it tomorrow. It's just that. And like they live with their family. And Japanese people too, they were just like singing and laughing. I watched a documentary there and they were just like living their life.
In terms of daily movements, if we're moving around every day, doing some gardening, walking up to get some stuff, it might be enough. Not like sitting in front of the TV, watching the TV whole day.
And then getting stressed in front of the desk and then like watching the cell phones and computers.
So I think with a good mindset and natural movement,
joints, mobilities. I think they use their joints a lot when it comes to gardening and like going up steps. Like they build muscle from that as well. But somehow, I think a lot of things it's relating. Like for example, I say mindset, right? But also maybe genetics as well, pollutions, things that they eat. Like, for example, if we do gardening around here, the soil is not going to be the same as where they do gardening in, like Spain or Japan, where in a small island where they have such a good quality of soil. Everything here now is like super artificial, like all the perfume, the lotions, the cream and stuff like that. I think it makes us age as well. But I mean, our body is smart.
That's true.
They do their job, but at what point? You know what I mean?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah.
But I also think like actually small, consistent habits. Suppose, given this equation, like, somebody who's living in town, in the city, they're like, okay, you know what, I can't go out and grow. I don't have any steps to walk. Then I think small habits like, maybe doing squats every day or like, some stability exercises every day at home for an older or, working together, it might also work because I think longevity doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. It doesn't have to be fancy. It's just being more aware of your body and what we have around us and just make use of that.
Yeah, like there are so many, how to say, a common movement that we use in life every single day. For example, sitting and getting up from the couch or sofa, or reaching for stuff, or like hinging the hips.
Oh, okay.
So picking up stuff from the floor. It comes to stabilization and core again. And there is balancing as well. Actually, walking backwards helps your neurons
that's good. That's
to
good.
build more.
Oh, okay.
So because people that's aged, they have cognitive decline as well because they stop doing things because they get so tired from losing muscle, not having appetite. And they don't have energy to do anything, so they sit more. Just sit. Like they just sit. They don't do anything. They use remotes. They ask people to get stuff for them. They don't go upstairs anymore because in Thai culture we do what? Rooms for older people on the ground floor.
Oh yeah, that's true.
In Korea as well.
Right?
Because they're like they're afraid of like their moms walking out there and falling.
Yeah.
So let's say it doesn't support a person or an older person to build muscle or stability because everything is kind of convenient
Yeah.
given to them. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, like my mom, she goes to the market cycling. It's like maybe 5 kilometers every day under the sun.
Wow.
Yeah, she's 70, but she does that like
Okay.
every single day. And I mean, like she doesn't like working out like me, but I mean, like that's it for her. I'm happy, and but diets, don't talk about it. We cannot say anything. But yeah, I mean, like small stuff like this that makes you happy. You don't have to aim for, like goals, but it's the process that you have to enjoy as well. Because if you tell someone to like, they hate working out, and you tell them you have to build muscle,
Yeah.
like so you live longer. They won't
They won't do it. It's gonna be so unhappy and so stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just finding something that they like and just doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can do something steady.
Because it's an integration. It's not just one part. It's not just because you're building muscles, you can be healthy. But if you're building muscles and you're stressed and you're happy, I mean, I think it's just a little bit of everything, whether it be movement, stability, or like food. Just find something that makes you happy.
Yeah.
Move happy. It might just be walking after dinner. It's as small as that,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I mean, like, I cannot not say this, that the muscles actually makes you live longer because it releases myokines that helps you reduce inflammations and make your immune system better, and also, like helping with your blood sugar as well from food. And this is actually the things that makes you age. That's why a lot of people who does muscle building, they are healthy and live longer, and they don't have to need anybody to help them move around because they do things by themselves. They have energy, and this thing actually makes them live much longer. Because we have pollutions every day, all the diseases, viruses every day, and if you don't have muscle to help you build the immune system, that's it. You could get sick. You could just, like be laying on the bed all day and not doing anything. And that's even worse, you don't want to do anything.
I came starting this podcast thinking movement is medicine, but now I think movement is freedom. It gives us the freedom to live the life we want. Yeah, we can, whether it, resilience, stability, if we fall, we can get back up. So movement is actually freedom. To end this podcast, could you both give like a small golden tip about movement or spine or just something for our audience so they can take back and use?
It's easy. Well, what I feel is our body really know what we want. I'm very nervous now. What I need is a deep breathing. It's really relaxing everything. If we get stressed, we are always lifting up our shoulder, and the breathing is always on upper chest. But what we need in our daily life, relaxing. Breathe out is always relaxing, and then that one really helps us to engage everything with the core. I really trust that core is really big magnetic, brings everything back. So deep breathing is important. And then when you're tiring or your body automatically, without thinking, you are yawning. This is really good stretching. Like something is too tightened, the muscle, flexible muscle has it can be contracted and can be stretched. Something stuck in only one position, well, our body knows it. We need yawning. But yawning often is really good. Good for our joint and good for our muscles as well. And then let every part is alive in. So yeah, deep breathing and then yawning often. And then sometimes twisting, look up, twisting. Yeah, I recommend that one. It wouldn't be get stressed and it will be easy to do in the daily life.
Very good,
Yeah, that's very good. Okay.
Yeah, for me, I think it's more like, don't forget to breathe, like she said. I mean, like, people when they're stressed, they stop breathing without knowing that they're not breathing. Yeah, and also, like, just shift your mindset. Like, for those of you who never been working out before or thinking that it was so hard and don't know what to start with or whatever, just start with a chair squat each day, or just moving more, using stairs more than elevator or escalator. That's what I do every day. And that's like a good start already. Just don't think about the goal too much. Think about the process, the journey that you go, because that's gonna help you keep going. It's not just where you wanna be, it's the journey that took you there that matters most. Because if the journey is not nice to you or you hate it, when you reach your goal, you're not gonna be able to continue doing it. So yeah, have purpose in life. You know, that's the best thing, because I mean, for example, if you say that my purpose is to make my kids happy, what if your kids is already happy? If they grow up, they're happy. And if you say that my purpose is like travel the world, at the end, if you finish traveling the world, what else are you gonna do? You know, what's the best purpose? Is to give something back to the world. This is like the purpose that you can do every single day, and you can do it non-stop. And people tend to not think about this too much, because they only think about like making money, making myself healthy, but at the end, what for? You know? But if you think about giving something back to the world, it's gonna make you happier, it's gonna give you oxytocin, and these hormones, it's gonna make you even healthier. Because you know, oxytocin actually help you boost immune system as well. I think that's it for me. I think I have a good purpose to give back to the world.
From this episode, we can see that there's so many ways. There is no one best method. And actually, longevity doesn't have to be a struggle. It comes with mindful movement, mindful moving daily is simply, and just having awareness. So thank you so much, both of you, for this insightful episode. Thank you so much. Oh wait, before we go, today we're here at Spiral Move, Mei's Gyrotonic Studio. Could you just introduce
The studio.
Introduce your studio นิดนึงได้ไหมคะ
ได้ค่ะ Hi, this is Spiral Move Gyrotonic Studio, Thailand's first fully equipped studio, and then I am the first instructor, fully certified instructor and Gyrotonic free trainer. You can try Gyrotonic private class and then group class as well. And then also we have instructor course as well. So if you think about and if you care about your spine, please visit and then try Gyrotonic together.
Okay ค่ะ and พี่ Jess ค่ะ
Okay, for me, if you would like to build muscle and have a healthier eating and also have a good mindset, you can come train online with me as well. I've been training women for like 10 years, like more than 20,000 women has been training with me, and they're able to lose weight and have a good mindset on losing weight as well, because I'm not focusing on just changing your body, but also your mind. So yeah, my Instagram is Be Fit with Jess, and also I have a podcast, Be Fit with Jess as well. And I have an application as well, and also supplements. So if you visit my page, you're gonna see everything. And if you would like to contact me, you can go to line at @befitwith_Jess to talk to me and consult first.
And if you want easy, simple tips for being healthy in every day, then please subscribe to MVP Podcast. Okay, thank you so much, everybody, for today.
Thank you for having me.
See you next time.
Thank you.